How's it going, TikTok? I'm back. Today, we're finally starting the GT40P swap. And here's Tank. Here's my dog. Say hi, buddy. Here it is. First things first, gotta start disassembling. Definitely gonna get a bunch of the stuff out of the way so we can get the heads off with the headers still on, just to save us some trouble. But we've got the new headers, new valve covers, a bunch of other parts. Grab the catch can as well. Hopefully that does something. Here's the new intake. New heads are under here, all wrapped up. There's a few stuck bolts that I'm gonna have to get undone from they're the intake studs that mount the lower intake. Get those figured out. So I kind of want to do this as a tutorial in a little bit of a way. I want to show sort of step by step how I'm doing all this, just because I didn't really see any videos that were showing step by step on a 94, 95 how to do the GT40P swap with the intake. I'm not doing a cam or anything, so it's the more simple version of it, but I do want to show you a little bit of how I'm doing it, a little bit of my process. And so hopefully if you're building one of these or doing a similar build, you can follow along. And I also just want to be able to document it for my own memories and stuff like that. So let's get into it. At the moment, just gonna start getting this all prepped and disassembled. Hopefully have that done here shortly, so let's get started. Another important thing when you're doing this stuff is make sure that you get all of your bolts put in bags. If you can, mark them. Make it a whole lot easier down the line whenever you're trying to put it all back together. All right, so I got kind of carried away and I didn't film a whole lot of what I was doing just now, but I haven't really done too much up here. But I did get the car on jack stands, as you can see, all the way up. And then I also did, as you can see, I got the radiator hoses connected, and I am draining all of the coolant as we speak. And I'm hoping to have as little coolant left in the motor as possible whenever we swap the heads, just so the cylinders and lifter valley don't get filled with coolant as I'm draining it. I'm thinking that most of it came out just now. I'm gonna leave it sit as I get the studs pulled out of the heads that are broken in there, and we'll be back whenever we're done with that. All right, so I'm back the next day. Here's what we've got done so far. So we've got the passenger side alternator bracket moved out of the way. That's got the smog pup on it, which is going to need to be deleted. Got the upper intake taken off and a lot of the other stuff disconnected and moved out of the way. And then we've also got most of the way through on this accessory bracket. And the thing is this bolt right here is stuck, and it is stuck inside the bracket, not inside the head. And so I am most likely going to end up just grinding it off and replacing it, because I don't want to have to wrestle with this for that long. And we've already broken a wrench. Yep, right there. Because for some reason, you can't get a rounded wrench on there, or the closed end, I should say, because of the pulley, and you're supposed to hit it with an open end from the bottom, and it's just not supposed to be that tight. So I'm gonna try a few things. Worst case, I'm just gonna grind it off. So we'll get back to it.
Not too shabby.
Oh, pretty good shape. Honestly, they're super clean. So these iron heads are super heavy, so having a second set of hands to help you get them out of the car and back into the car whenever you reinstall the new ones is super helpful.
Man,
Yep.
drink more water.
Heads off. Let's go. All right, it is day 3 of the GT40P swap, and I've got actually quite a few other things on top of the GT40P swap that I'm going to show you guys. Future build for the Mustang over here, and I guess as you can see, we got everything out. You know, there's the injector harness, coil, heater hoses. This is the upper intake, lower intakes right there, valve covers, old manifolds, and of course the old heads. And so this is what we're working with in terms of how clean the motor was beforehand. And I can tell you right now, that's in pretty good fucking shape, especially the fact that the springs still have the factory paint on them. That's pretty awesome. That could be from me scraping it, but I'm pretty sure most of that is from the factory. So pretty stoked with how those look. Otherwise, my dad ended up buying a 98 Mustang convertible that's basically the same as my car. It's a little newer, but had quite a bit of a nicer interior, but it was a salvage title, it was a parts car, and he was going to use drivetrain parts. But fortunately for me, I got to rip everything from the interior out. And so we've got all new interior trim, new door panels, and new one-piece headlights that I'm going to put on and see how I like. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like them compared to the ones that I've got on there now, the Halo style, but we will see. And so I'm gonna get the heads taken out of the truck, put over here next to the new ones, and then I'm gonna go run some errands real quick, and then I'm gonna start getting all the gasket surfaces cleaned off. So that's the plan for now. Let's get to it. All right, so I've got one of the heads cleaned and all of the gasket surfaces cleaned off, and I also painted it. I prepped it just with some white primer. I'm not going anything crazy. I know that the paint's probably gonna come off, and I didn't want to waste too much time on it, but I think that with the blue valve covers, it is going to look real nice. Some classic Ford blue and white, you know, and then with the red, obviously, which this is going to get repainted in a different red, probably around the same, but this laser red that they put on these is a weird 2-stage with a tinted clear coat. And as you can see, it fades to pink in different colors all over. I will be fixing that in an upcoming part. But I think the red, white, and blue, it's gonna scream muscle car, it's gonna scream America. I'm very excited about it. I think it's gonna look rad. So, and if it doesn't, I don't really care. It's in the engine bay and it's gonna be closed, hopefully, most of the time. Yep, so I'm gonna get to cleaning the next one and we'll get back to it. All right, so I've got the heads painted. They are out there in my mess of stuff. But in the meantime, I have been getting the block cleaned off. I've just been getting it with a razor blade and hitting it with the shop vac as I'm scraping, just to keep as much as I can out of those bolt holes and coolant holes and the cylinders themselves. This one is relatively clean. I really can't get it all that much, so I think I'm gonna hit it with some carb cleaner and see how much of these spots are just oil spots, and then I'll move on to the other side. But you guys can see those. I can't even really look at them because they're so bright. And it is just, as you can see, an absolutely beautiful day out. Had an absolutely perfect fucking few days to work on it out here in Kansas City. And we're going to get it all cleaned up even further, move on to the next side. So let's get back to it. All right, so we're finally gonna torque the heads. I've got all of the bolts all greased up with some oil, both all like that, all top ones. The bottom ones did not need any because they are pre-lubricated and they're on the outside, so it's not as big of a deal. But yeah, so I'm gonna get this first head all torqued down. All right, so I got both of the heads torqued on and they are now officially part of the motor. Very stoked about that. I've never actually fully done a head gasket head job, so this is the first time I've ever done all of this. And I'm basically doing most of it all by myself, so I'm pretty proud of myself. But yeah, so now we're gonna start doing the valve train, torquing down the rockers, get the push rods put back in, which I've got cleaned and ready to go over here. So yeah, so let's get to it. 6, 7, 7. Yeah, valve cover's all bolted down. It looks so good. All right, cranking it. Let's go! It actually fucking started! So the timing needed to be advanced. We got it sounding significantly better. Like, check this out. Say hi, buddy. Say hi. But here it is. Here it is, all done up, wired up. I'm still adjusting the timing a bit, still getting all that stuff done. Smog is all deleted, as you can see, a lot more room there. No pump on that bracket down there, as you can see. Obviously the intake, cold air intake all the way out to the fender. Everything looks great. Still need to get the advance on the timing figured out. I'm pretty sure that either my balancer is a little bit off or something, because it really wants to run at what looks like quite a bit of advance. Just gonna kind of do it by ear, see what sounds the best. So I think a little bit more of an advance will get it pretty damn good. But I'll give you guys a sound check here in a sec. But also you can check out the headers down here. I had the timing definitely too late, so it was running very, very, very lean, and really made them red hot right at first. So make sure you get your timing set right. But once this rain decides to calm down a bit, I'll give you guys a sound check. So Tinky, Tink. Pretty good boy. I got the tiniest little bit of clatter in the valve train, because my head gasket, I imagine, is a little bit thicker than the stock one. But I didn't have any up-down play in the rockers. She sounds fantastic. I am very, very stoked. So yeah, I'm gonna post this on a few different places. So if you need any help with your build and have any questions for me to get yours running, just hit me up in the comments. I can help out with anything I can. Like I said before, this is the first time I've done this. Like, I'm probably not the best person to ask, but there were probably things that I went through. A lot of other people may not have the best way of wording it, or it might be hard to find. So running super smooth, sounding awesome. I love it. And it also pulls quite a bit better. Everybody, have a great day. Have a great build for your build. I hope that everything goes well. If you got any questions, like I said, hit me up. We've got a lot more coming. We've got rear gears, we've got paint, we've got a lot of interior stuff to put in. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.